Alright, so I'm sure you've heard by now, but Valve recently announced a delay on their upcoming hardware. So that's the Steam Machine, the Steam Controller, and the Steam Frame. And while it is disappointing, if you've been paying attention to prices for parts lately, it doesn't come as a surprise. It would have been more surprising if they would have released on schedule, in my opinion. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized this delay might actually be quietly good news if you already have a Steam Deck. So let me explain. Valve didn't cancel anything. They didn't say never. What they said was, we're just not ready to lock in pricing or dates yet. And that tells you everything, because if you paid attention to PC parts lately, GPUs, RAM, storage, nothing is cheap right now. Even budget PC builds don't really feel budget anymore. Valve has always been super intentional about pricing. If they can't hit a number that just makes sense for regular people, they just won't ship it. They've done this before. So instead of forcing something just to meet a window, they hit pause. And that pause has ripple effects. Because there's no new Steam Machine style hardware ready yet, the Steam Deck kinda already is our Steam Machine. For a lot of us, it's our couch PCs, our living room consoles, our backlog machines, our I've got 30 minutes device, docked handheld, streaming from a PC, emulation. This thing quietly fills a role that Valve hasn't officially replaced yet. And now, it gets to keep doing that even longer. I know, there's a lot of people who make videos saying the Steam Deck is still capable. But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the Steam Deck is still relevant, and that's what's more important. Because relevance isn't about raw power, it's about how many people are actually using this every single day. And I'll be careful here because I don't want to oversell this. Developers aren't suddenly making games for the Steam Deck first. That's not happening. But they are very aware of it. When millions of players are using a device with controller first input, 16 gigabytes shared memory, moderate GPU usage, and portable and docked use, you just don't ignore that. Especially right now when PC upgrades are slowing down, GPU prices are high, and people are holding on to their older hardware even longer. It makes way more sense to devs to keep scalability in mind, make sure controller support is solid, and avoid breaking Steam Deck compatibility. And not because Valve tells them to, but because it's just good business. The Steam Deck has basically become a baseline PC spec that devs don't want to fall below. And this is the part that actually surprised me the most. This delay actually extends the Steam Deck's effective lifespan. Because as long as there's no clear next thing from Valve, parts stay expensive, people keep using their Steam Decks daily, the ecosystem stays centered around it. Games keep launching that run well enough, Proton keeps improving, developers keep testing against it. The deck doesn't need to get more powerful, the industry just needs to not move so fast. And right now, it isn't. So for me personally, this is just another example why I'm still reaching for my Steam Deck so often. Not because it's the best at any one thing, but because it just fits into real life. I can sit on the couch, dock it, stream from my gaming laptop, PlayStation. I can chip away at my backlog without having to commit to setup. Knowing Valve isn't rushing past it just yet, it actually feels reassuring. So yeah, I get why people wanted new hardware details. I did too. But this delay doesn't feel like Valve falling behind. It just feels like they're saying, let's get this right and let the Steam Deck keep doing what it's doing in the meantime. And honestly, I'm okay with that. So let me know what you think. Does this delay make you feel more confident in the Steam Deck, or are you just ready for the next thing already? Let me know. I'll catch you in the next one. Later.